What's happening, everyone? It's Scott here from WFLBC, and I'm back with another camera review video. Shocking. Well, it's not a review, it's a first look, and it is a first look at this guy right here. This is the Fujifilm X-T100, not to be confused with the Fujifilm X100T. This is essentially the camera that I've wanted Fujifilm to make ever since I bought my first Fujifilm X series camera, which was this XA1. So what is it about this camera that makes it the one that I wanted them to make? Well, there's a couple of things. This, first of all, it's a non-X-trans sensor, and you know, I keep beating that drum over and over and over. X-trans sensors, they're great. Non-X-trans sensors, also great. It's okay to like both. I just happen to like one a little bit more than the other, and it's not the expensive one. This has that same sensor that I looked at in my XA5 review. This has the same processor, the same autofocus system. It's essentially an XA5 with an EVF. You've got a nice little removable grip here. This grip actually comes off, and it's a really ergonomically fantastic little camera, very reminiscent of the X-T20. They're almost identical in size, and with this grip on here, they feel very, very similar in the hand. But for me, the big game changer here is, and I'm just realizing that the screen is dirty as always. So for me, the big game changer with this camera is this screen on the back. So it is the usual Fujifilm tilt screen, so it tilts this way and it tilts that way, but it also tilts out to the side. So you can use this camera for proper vlogging, which you can use the XA2, 3, 5 for vlogging. They have the screen that flips up, and they have the XA5 has a microphone input, but they don't work together. The microphone is completely in the way of the screen. So this takes care of that. Your microphone goes up here, your screen is out to the side. I'm ecstatic about this development in the world of Fujifilm cameras, but the reason this screen for me is a game changer is because, let me grab another camera here. I'll show you how these screens are typically laid out and what's different about this Fujifilm version. Okay, so this is my Panasonic FZ 300. I do use this for vlogging from time to time, and I use it in the studio as well. It's a fantastic bridge camera. Sometimes if I just want an all-around camera with a crazy zoom, I'll bring this with me. So it's got this screen on the back that tilts out and around for vlogging. But when it's on the back of the camera, that's it, it's fixed. You can flip it around so that it's protected when you close the camera, which you can't do with this. Can't really see that. But if you want to shoot at any sort of angles, if you want to shoot at like a low angle or a high angle, you have to have the screen out to the side. Now, I don't like that. I don't like, if you're shooting street photography, if you have that screen out to the side, it's just a bigger camera in front of you that shows that you're out taking pictures of people. So this is a lot more stealth. This, the way it folds out, the way basically all Fujifilm cameras with articulating screens have folded out in this style, it's much, much better. But the fact that it also comes around like this is fantastic. It's a really, really nice implementation, and I'm glad that they stuck with their traditional tilting setup and didn't go to a setup like this one here. So what does this camera have? Like I said, it's essentially an XA5 with a viewfinder, so it's a 24 megapixel non-X-trans sensor. This is the champagne gold color, which I love. This reminds me of Contax cameras from the 70s and 80s. It is very, very nice to look at in person. It's got a customizable dial here, which I have set to ISO at the moment. It's got a dial here that, depending on what mode you're in, you can customize it, but it's usually just for exposure compensation. It has a dial button combo on the back here that you can set for a bunch of things. Now it does come with this, I think it's a 15 to 45 power zoom kit lens. I don't like this lens. There's nothing wrong with it optically. It's actually quite good. I just don't like power zoom. So I'm just gonna take this off. I'm gonna put it off to the side and put the proper Fujifilm kit lens that everybody should get on this camera. This is the 18 to 55 f2.8 to 4. This is a really, really good lens. And very underrated lens, especially as far as kit lenses go. So I haven't shot a ton with this camera yet, but what I have shot has been really quite good. Like as good as my X-T20. I'm fully confident saying that when I get down to the pixel level of the pictures, they are just as good as the X-T20. Obviously it's got a little bit lower end processor, a little bit lower end autofocus system, but it's still, if I look at something like my Fujifilm X-T10, which is the older version of the X-T20, it's as fast, if not a little bit faster than this camera, and I never had any problem with the processing speed, the write speeds, the burst mode on this camera, as well as the autofocus system. I always found it more than adequate for what I shoot. Now, I haven't done any video with this camera yet, and that's gonna be my next test. I'm gonna vlog with this camera. I'm gonna take it out, probably do my usual Steveston Hog Shack vlogging tour that I do with most of these cameras when I wanna do a vlogging test. That'll be next. Like I said, just a quick first impressions video. So far, wickedly impressed. My glasses are fogging up here. It's another hot one here in Vancouver. If you guys know the weather in Vancouver, it's a lot like Seattle for my American friends out there. It was 36 degrees Celsius here today, which is, I'll put down here what that is in Fahrenheit. It is hot, and I've got a fan over here that I've turned off because it's a little noisy. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'm gonna turn the fan back on. I'm gonna plan out some shoots with this thing here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to see my adventures with this camera. I'm filming with the 10 to 24 f4, which is a really nice wide angle lens that I'm borrowing from Fujifilm Canada. So I'll be reviewing that as well. Yeah, it's too hot for this. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.